President Trump will make it difficult for the Fulani. I can confirm that. President Trump will make it difficult for the Fulani. Now, the US aid being given to African countries, the support being given to African countries run in millions of dollars. And this aid, reports have it that they channel it to some unscrupulous activities. Some groups get hold of this money, get access to this money, this aid, and they use it to do commit all sort of crimes against humanity in Nigeria and other African countries. We hear that US aid is a conduit pipe to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria, sponsor armed militia, sponsor banditry in Nigeria, sponsor US interests in Nigeria. We hear reports. It is going to be very difficult for the Fulani to operate in the capacity it has been operating in the past. We hear about links with CIA, Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, and Al-Qaeda, which is a terrorist organization. We also can tell you that there could be a link between Al-Qaeda and ISWAP, Boko Haram, and Bandits, also Fulani herdsmen in the northern part of Nigeria. And these are groups that help the Fulani, the Jihadist Fulani, foster their agenda in northern Nigeria and also Nigeria at large. So it is going to be a very difficult season for the Fulani under Trump. And I pray that Trump goes further to stop other fundings so that Nigeria itself can fend for itself and stand on its feet. We are happy that in the next 4 years of Trump, the Fulanis are going to sing away. Nobody is going to be funding their lifestyle from the international communities. I've said it before, I've said it a very long time, that you will not disconnect the aid the United States and other European countries are giving to Nigeria with some of the insecurity that is happening in Nigeria. When you go to the north and you go to Sambisa Forest, where we have all these mineral resources, you will see Oyibo. There was a time that they caught some Boko Haram people. They now caught, I think, a French soldier amongst Boko Haram people, or an Oyibo person amongst Boko Haram. It tells you a lot about how some external influences aid insecurity in Nigeria, and the Fulani is a willing tool. So whatever the Fulani is planning to do in the next 4 years, they should know that it is not going to be game as usual. We understand the role ISWA, we understand the role Boko Haram, we understand the role the bandits are playing in northern Nigeria is to further keep the Fulani on top of every other tribe in northern Nigeria. I don't know if you understand this one. You see, when you have militia coming to attack villages, they put fear in the minds and the hearts of people. Some people, they cannot go back to their ancestral home, and this ancestral home may be occupied by these fundamentalists, this Boko Haram, this whatever. I told you before that it's hard for you to see an Hausa person join banditry. It is hard. It is easier for you to identify many Fulani warlords in banditry, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and all kinds of atrocities and terrorist organizations in the northern part of Nigeria. We said it that Nigeria now is almost the last hope of the Fulani, and the Fulani may want to do whatever they can do to make sure that they take charge. They fix their roots, their foundation in Nigeria. And Nigerians must find a way. See, everybody has their agenda. Nobody's agenda is greater than another person's agenda. You know what I like about the thief people? Thief people, they are the ones that slaughtered Uthman Danfodio. The thief people are strong people. I wish the middle belt will also learn from the thief people and stand their ground, no matter the kind of banditry, no matter the kind of terrorism, no matter the kind of Boko Haram and ISWAP, Lukurawa, no matter the kind, you cannot cross the path of the thief people, whether it is with religion, whether it is with whatever guys, whether it is farm set to what is it, water resources, no grazing routes or ranch, however the Fulani wants to come in, however, whether it is IDP, in whatever guys they are coming into thief land, the thief must teach these guys a lesson. When they beheaded Uthman Danfodio, till tomorrow, the Fulanis don't try the thief. This is how every other nationality, ethnicity in Nigeria needs to behave. Because some people feel that their agenda should be above every other person's agenda. Their agenda is to enslave and impoverish or dominate other people. And they have found Islam to be a conduit pipe or a vehicle, special purpose vehicle to use to subjugate other people. I've said it, that this year alone, any narrative that these Fulani people bring will hit it back to back. And I will always say that there's one tribe that is willing to stay in the same country with Fulani, which is the Igbo tribe. We are willing to stay in the same country with the Fulani, and let's see those their gimmicks and their tactics. We really know how to match them. Look at what happened in Umunedi. You see, the houses, Fulani, Hausa Fulani, because they have joined it together. They killed blah blah blah. The village people, they rose up, they ransack and they clear them. That's how you demand respect. Don't allow anybody bring their agenda and start. How would you go and be killing people in their farms? Now, the sponsorship or the funding that the US is giving the Fulani is not going to be as it were. Yes, it's not going to be as it were. These people, there will be a drawback. This is the best time for the Nigerian military, even if they are sincere. This is the best time for the Nigerian military to hit these guys. I heard that many bandits are being killed. Many bandits are being killed. I heard so. And now I used to wonder, this thing that Trump is saying that US aid, and the report that this aid is sometimes diverted to fund terrorist organizations like ISWAP, Lukurawa, Boko Haram, and what have you. I wonder, how do this money go to the terrorists? When you look at NGOs in Nigeria, we have most NGOs in northern Nigeria. Look at it. Most of our NGOs are situated in the north. That is why it is easier for them to pass those monies. US aid needs to come frequently, and these people needs to cause havoc frequently. I tell you today that the attacks, the killings in the north is underreported by the traditional media and those that care to report. It is underreported. The killings and the displacement going in the north, I just believe the southwest media just decided to turn their blind eye. It's only individuals that are reporting, and these individuals that are reporting the killings are even tired of reporting those killings, and they need to sustain that killing so that the aid will always come, and always come. It's unfortunate. And for that Kogi guy that is calling for jihad in Yoruba land, you see, hey God, people don't understand what they are getting themselves into. I'm telling you, you are calling for jihad. I believe this should be taken up because we understand what jihad is. No bloody person can call for jihad in Igbo land, and we take it lightly. In fact, you have invited something to yourself when you just said those people, those Igbo Muslims, they are very careful. They will be very careful to make that statement. That statement will naturally trigger an Igbo man. I'm telling you, will naturally bringing jihad. Let's you suggest it, and they can have. No, it's not possible, because that is an insult to the Yoruba people. Bringing jihad into Yoruba land. What do you know what jihad means? Killing, no, You are telling people that there should be massacre in Yoruba land. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I want to urge our Yoruba youths and Yoruba brothers, as much as you can, resist these guys. These guys will never stop. They will never ever stop. What they have started doing is in their blood and system. It's like a drug. Something is controlling them. They are not the ones controlling. So they will never stop. One reason why I said that it is only the Igbos that will match these Fulanis, order for order, violence for violence, no matter what, no matter how many they are. Because if a Fulani living in Igbo land does something, the Igbo will respond times 2. That's the language they understand. They understand giving them times 2 of what they dish out to you. That's what they understand. If they push one narrative, carry 20 narratives and hit them back to back. We don't want violence. We don't want poverty. We don't want killings. We don't want backwardness in the southwestern part of Nigeria and other places. I've told you the reasons why I'm advocating against Sharia. I know some Igbo people are praying for Sharia in the southwest because of the alliance their politicians are having with the Fulani people. I've told you that the southwest have something in common with the southeast, which is religion. I'm telling you, most churches in the southwest, headquarters in the southwest, have their base in the southeast. Redeemed, Mountain of Fire, Deeper Life. These 3 churches, CAC, Cherubim and Seraphim, Sele, have their base in the southeast. So it is easier if they would take over that. You think this is, if you go on ground and see what is happening, how religion takes away the mindset, the thinking faculty of people. If you go and see what is happening online, how fake pastors, how pastors that are not even, that are babalawo, that are not even, I don't know, qualified to become pastors, how they are able to draw crowds within months. Somebody can start a church today, and within 6 months, he is having a crowd of 10,000-20,000. How did he do it? Religion, people that understand how to use religion to draw people know what they do and what they can do. So allowing Sharia in Yoruba land, there can be an overriding influence in the southeast. That's why I'm supporting that no to Sharia in the southern part of Nigeria. And these people are saying that it must, inshallah, mashallah, inshallah, it must. My brother, it would not have its place. You see, things are working in line. Things are working. The backbone of the Fulani is the intervention, the aids from international bodies, whether it is from Dubai or whatever, sponsoring armed struggle in the northern part of Nigeria to keep the region at bay under the influence of Fulani. We see a lot of allegations of manhandling funds. See what Trump is doing. I think on that part, Trump will reduce the ego of the Fulani with his with stopping fundings. Stopping fundings, it will reduce their ego. And also the Nigerian government in quotes. I don't want to go to the aspect of the Nigerian government, because international influence has a lot to do with rigging elections in Nigeria, whether I like it or not. Because Jonathan was not a fool when he said Obama had a hand in my whatever. They are in the system, they understand. If you are privy to information, some informations. For instance now, the glitches and whatever have you, who are the ones that built the technology? The server go or black. You know, sometimes we have British army, French army coming to lecture or to train our soldiers. They give them intelligence. If the DSS wants to train you, trace you wherever you are, there's a technology that will be given to them by Israel. Other people, so intelligence, if it has to do with technology, if you are running technology in your country, there must be an external influence. There's a possibility of an external influence. And I see Trump as somebody that is not concerned about Africa. Africa should now fend for itself. He's saying America first. So many things have been uncovered under Biden, so many millions of dollars, trillions of dollars that has been uncovered that may have been mismanaged under Biden. And most of these are coming down Africa through the CIA, however, sponsoring terrorism activities. And who is the head of terrorism activities in Nigeria? We have the Fulani at the forefront, leading every other person. Now the Fulani, even they show a legacy they left. Even in Igbo land, our people are now seeing kidnap as a business. And it's very, very difficult for an Igbo man to leave a business he starts. So this kidnap of a thing, some guy who just want to sit down and make cool money and go into it. Why the Fulanis were the ones. You find them doing such kidnappings, young boys, going on TikTok, going on social media, displaying their proceeds of crime. Fulani. Anything Fulani. I don't know, everywhere you go, Fulani. But we thank God that this funding is going to be a game changer in northern Nigeria. Now the middle belt needs to rise up because the Fulanis are going to be weakened in the coming months and years under this Trump administration. Priority will be given to the American people, not the kind of politics Biden and Kamala Harris were playing, the Democrats were playing, Obama was playing, not that kind of politics. Now, this guy is very, very much concerned about America, even though he's going to make mistakes with some of his policies, slamming tariff. But however, it tells you a lot about these monies going out from America, funding to destabilize other countries will stop. And now is the best time for the Hausas. I just pity my Hausa people, my Hausa brothers. I just pity you people. Just pity you people. I wish I can advise you. I can advise you, but it's impossible. You know, what they have used against you is the most potent weapon the Fulani has used against the Hausas is the religion. So far that religion binds you together, my brother. It is very, very difficult for you to separate yourself from these guys. I've told you the reasons why it will be difficult for the Fulani to replicate what they are doing in the southwest. You know, Kwara is gone. It is not central. We know 80% Yorubas. But look at what Afars in Ilorin are talking about Yoruba kings, that a traditional, a religious leader should not bow for an Oba. These are Yorubas, in quotes, that have affiliation with the caliphate. In modern day democracy, their eyes are not yet open to see that there is something happened some years ago. Some people took over their land and put an emiracy there. And putting an emiracy is life and death too. For you to take away that emiracy is life and death. They are not seeing it. So what about the Hausas? Any further encroachment into the southwest will be resisted. That one is very, very sure. But what about the Hausas that governors, 9 governors, the wine, 9 governors, the Hausas that, man, before their eyes, things are just sopping up and down. Their emirs, their VC academics, they went to school, they are much more educated than the Hausas. Tell me. And these guys are mean. These guys are mean. These Fulani guys are mean. I'm telling you. But I believe the middle belt has a chance to make sure that they form a bloc. Their politicians, they should talk to their politicians. Form a bloc and play politics. You see, you don't always have it a particular type of way. There are different ways you can achieve an agenda. The middle belt should have their own agenda, not the Arewa agenda. You want to have your agenda that will favor the Fulani. Then you bring everybody together, use their heads, negotiate power, and collect money, and only they spend that for yourself. They give other people crumbs. If they shout, you change that for them. If they shout today, tomorrow you see bandits knocking at their door, doing all sort of things. Very, very unfortunate. I hope the Hausas, but I don't think in the next 50 years the Hausas can be able to rescue themselves from the grip. Are you hearing about any Hausa person coming out to speak marginalization? It is even the people, the southern people that are even crying for them. Anybody that raises up his mouth to say anything, they can silence the person. There's this lady on TikTok that used to talk about the Fulani dominance on the Hausa people. She's Hausa. I'm not hearing about that lady anymore. I don't know where she is. She's not posting anymore. This is what the Fulani can do. Look at the man that used to burn Quran. Look at how this Islamic fundamentalists, how they all of a sudden the man has been shot. Who shot the man? Who is the person that shot the man? This is what Islam can do. This is what Islam can do. So for this, our Hausa people is unfortunate. But now, Tinubu has a lot to do. The funding has been cut off. I don't know whether he benefits from that funding. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know how he's going to do it. I believe that this is an ample opportunity for Trump to leverage on this. I think Trump is going to spend 4 years. He might not spend more than 4 years. If it's possible, he spend 8 years. That means the Fulanis are in trouble. So the president can capitalize on this and make sure he breaks their ranks, and their grip on Nigeria is losing. That is what we are answering. That's what we are even praying and asking for.